Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. We'll be right back to the show. But before we do, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, factormeals.com, where if you go to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50, you can get 50% off your first order. That's factormeals.com/unbroken50. If you're like me and you are a person who is busy trying to create a life, heal, work on their health, wealth, and relationships, and not to mention deal with the day-to-days of normal life, you do not have time to be going to the grocery store and trying to figure out what you're going to cook every single day of the week. In fact, one time I did the math and I realized I was spending over 15 hours a week at the grocery store and cooking. When I added Factor, I got to use that time for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community, and for my business. And so if you're in the place where you need some more support in the kitchen, head to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50 to get 50% off.
Welcome to the future of legal THC, Mood's THCA flower. It's the most potent breakthrough in the world of federally legal cannabis. And now you have 10 high-inducing strains of this smokable flower to choose from at HelloMood.com, the best online dispensary that ships discreetly to your door. Great for beginner and veteran users, the experts at Mood have tailored different strains for curated moods. From euphoric and energized to creative and focused, Mood delivers the highest quality THC products you can trust. However you like to take THC, Mood enhances awe-inspiring experiences with versatile products that go with whatever mood you're ready for, like their great-tasting gummies, convenient pre-rolls, classic flower, and so much more. Try Mood's new THCA flower today, and for 20% off your first order, plus a free pre-roll of THCA flower, go to HelloMood.com and use promo code podcast20. That's HelloMood.com, promo code podcast20 for 20% off your order and a free THCA pre-roll.
Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.
If you've been around personal development in like any capacity at all, other than just this podcast, you've probably heard this old saying that coaches have coaches, mentors have mentors, educators have educators, right? And that is so true to me. One of the things that I really recognize that has played such a powerful and practical role in my life is that if I was willing to look at the people who have already done the thing that I'm trying to do, then that gives me someone to model. And as human beings, modeling is one of the most important things that we do. Because if you think about it and you rewind your life and you look at a lot of your behavioral experiences dating back to childhood, you recognize that there are these patterns that you pick up. And that could be from like tying your shoe to the way that you talk and you enunciate words to how you communicate with people physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, right? We as human beings are a species that we look at and we measure what's in front of us and we model it. Now, one of the things that's unfortunate about modeling, and especially in our adolescence and in our developmental years, is that modeling can sometimes be with the wrong statue. Right. And so if I go look at my life as a child, my modeling for communication, for family, for intimacy was bathed in physical, mental, and emotional violence. Right. I remember multiple fights with my brothers as a child and communication because in a disagreement, no matter what it was, we would turn to violence. In fact, I've actually broken my hands on both of my brothers' faces before. That is not something I'm proud of. So let me be very clear about that. I'm just making context here. With my friends in middle school and high school, fighting all the time. One time I even like stabbed this kid with a fork, right? I mean, that's because we watched and we witnessed violence growing up. And we perceive that that is the way that you communicate frustrations and anger and being hurt emotionally and using my words verbally. I was incredibly abusive to people, the way that I talked to them, the way that I interacted with them. And that also came because that is how my parents were. It was not uncommon for them to call me stupid or dumb, or you name one of the million different things that they said in the course of my childhood.
Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? We'll be right back to today's episode, but I want to take a moment and invite you to Think Unbroken Conference. That's right. Our next conference is happening right around the corner this December with amazing speakers from around the world who are leaders in personal development, trauma education, mindset, and more. All you have to do to register to watch for free, that's right, $0. Come and join us, is go to myunbrokenlife.com, register and sign up. You can get access to the free event. Watch live with us this December. It'll be myself speaking along with amazing human beings like Anthony Trucks, Jamie Bronstein, Leslie Logan, and a special interview that I'm doing with Dr. Gabor Mate that has never before been released. So come and join us, myunbrokenlife.com. All you have to do is put in your email. We'll send you over the registration. You'll be able to come and join us, watch live. And then if you want access to the recordings or more information there for you to keep them forever. But in the meantime, go sign up. Block it off on your calendar. This is going to be a transformational experience that you do not want to miss. Head over to myunbrokenlife.com to register for free. Until next time, be unbroken.
Childhood. And so because of that, I picked that up as a behavior pattern. I modeled that, right? And when we model, one of the things that happens in our childhood is we don't understand what we are mimicking that turns into modeling, that turns into mastery, because it's just what is in front of us. And as children, and of course, we don't know what we don't know. So it's very uncommon for many of us, especially if you grow up in a traumatic household, to be able to look at the circumstances of our childhood and go, oh, wait a second, this shit is not right. something here does not make sense. And so as I was in my teens, let me rewind. So as I was in my late stage adolescence and we were homeless and I was living with all these different families, one of the things that happened is I started to notice that some of these homes were filled with kindness and love, grace and compassion, the very opposite of what I understood. So at 8, 9, 10 years old, a little seed was planted in my mind that told me actually maybe there's something wrong or not really on par with reality in my home because there's people over here doing it another way. I'll never forget one time I was at this house and this kid talked back to his dad. He didn't get thrown through a freaking coffee table. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? This is a thing? You can do that? And so what happened in that is I started to recognize and look closer at my life and my family and the people in it and going, wait a second, this is wrong. Now, it would take a long time and a lot of work to start to change the behavioral patterns I had in the way that I communicated with people. This probably holds true for you as well. So I'm going to tell you how I was able to do this. And this is really my journey, right? So I go and I look at this transformation that started to happen in my 20s, getting deeper into therapy, really starting to assess the whys of everything. Kept asking myself, why do I behave this way? Why am I mean? Why am I abusive? Why am I an egomaniac? Why am I selfish? Why am I stubborn? Why am I this? Why am I that? Why, when people treat me this way, I respond like that? Why, when I get upset, this is a coping mechanism? Why? I was really trying to get deep into the understanding. And in that time window, what happened is I also started to get access to other information. This is where modeling starts to really make sense. Because what happens is if you are looking for people who have done the thing that you're trying to do, and you go and you learn from them, you will then in turn be able to do what it is that they have done. So how does that happen? Well, first and foremost, I had to create massive clarity in my life. I had to look at it and assess it and say, what do I actually want? I want a healthy body. I want to lose 150 pounds. I want to quit smoking and quit drinking every day. I want healthy relationships. I want good friendships. I want to mend the bridge with my brothers. I want to be able to all of the things, right? And so I just started consuming information and content from it. Now, when you think about it at first, and one of my mentors, Brendan Dawson, taught me this, is it's the 3 M's: mimic, model, master. And so where it began is I was just kind of mimicking what I thought it was that people were doing. And the mimicking came in this form, in this sense of I would consume content, I would read books, I would watch videos, I would go to conferences, I'd be at seminars, I would take an obscene amount of notes, and I would always ask myself, what can I apply to my life today in this that I can start doing? Because the action is really the thing that you have to do in order to see the other elements start to change and transpire in your life. And so I just start mimicking, trying the things every single day. As I got deeper into the journey, I started to model them in a way where it was I was doing not all of it, but a lot of the things that the successful people that I looked up to were doing. So when I got deep into working with people like Tom Bilyeu, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Dr. Caroline Lee, Judd Brewer, the list goes on and on and on, all these amazing people, starting, of course, with Brendan Burchard, Gary Vaynerchuk, and Eric Thomas, and these just killers. Anthony Trucks, he's speaking out on BrokenCon if you're coming. It was really about modeling and following through, because success leaves clues. You hear this all the time. There's something that if you're paying attention, you're going to be able to pick up. And so for me, modeling became, okay, this is exactly what these people are doing. So I'm going to do exactly what they are doing. Now, what's fascinating is about this is that some of the things that these people were doing just did not bear any weight on me, brought no value to my life in any capacity. So I stopped doing them. Some of the things that these people were doing made my life so incredibly better that even to this day, I do some of these things every day. Every single day I meditate and I journal, right? Every single day I move my body in some capacity unless I'm injured. And that could just be going for a walk. Every single day I write down my goals. Every single day I do certain things, but some things I don't do. Like I tried getting up at 4 a.m. It sucks. It's not for me. I'm never going to do that again. So I get up at 5 or 5:30. That hour makes a difference for me. I like going to bed at 10, right? That makes sense. I started taking out other things that really didn't benefit me, like certain diet elements, certain books that I was reading. And I started just focusing and I got narrow. Right. One of the things early on in the healing journey that we'll do will be very wide, right? And at first, like if you go look at some of the certifications I have, they're freaking all over the place. I got family systems and alcohol abuse recovery and this and that and this and that. And it was like what I needed to do was have that information so I could learn. But in time, I've narrowed the scope down more because I've discovered that if I'm stretched too thin, it's just too much to bring in.
Hey, Unbroken Nation, we'll be right back to the show, but I wanted to let you know that you can grab a copy of my first book, Think Unbroken, Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma, for free. If you go to book.thinkunbroken.com, you can download the PDF ebook version of the book and get everything that I know about the baseline of healing trauma for free, downloaded to your email right now. Just go to book.thinkunbroken.com to download your copy of Think Unbroken, Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma for a PDF for your phone. Again, that is book.thinkunbroken.com.
And so instead of going to 20 conferences a year and reading 100 books, I go to 4 conferences a year and I read 10 books, right? Getting very narrow. I listen to the same podcast. In fact, really, one of the things that I do, I listen to the same episodes because what I've discovered is if you just keep consuming, you're not learning. And so the modeling in it came from, all right, I'm going to just keep learning and focusing on this group of people. And even though I know there's more amazing information out there, it was like, I got to pull it back. I got to hone it in. And by honing it in, that led to mastery, right? One of the things that I've been able to become known for is being one of the leaders in trauma education and coaching because I got mastery in it through doing it, through putting in the hours, through investing the money, through working with the experts, through getting certifications through them, through also, and probably more important than all of that stuff, changing my own damn life. Right. I got mastery through showing up, through giving myself the permission to be successful. And so if you're in this place and you're like, okay, I don't really know where to start. Well, if you mimic, just go and look at what people are doing. It can be a lot of people, but if they're in the direction that you want to go, find out what they're doing. And then you model it at a deeper level, which means that you do have to get integrated into their system. A lot of times that's financially, so you get the behind the curtains look. I mean, that's a big reason why if you go and look at the coaching program that we offer through Think Unbroken at the Academy, the entry-level course is a paid course because we want to make sure people are taking it seriously, right? We got 1,000 hours of podcast and 1,000 blog posts and I don't know, 5,000 social media posts, and that all has content. But the people who come in and they really step into the modeling and they follow the system, it's incredible how they see their lives change. And then mastery comes through you narrowing down even deeper exactly what it is that you want and who you want to work with and repeat that ad nauseum. Most people will go and learn something from one person. And I've been guilty of this, so it's very different. Learn something from one person and then jump to person to person to person to person to person. And then suddenly they've been learning from 37 different people, where in actuality, one of the most important things that you could do is get down to the core. Like if you can find a person, that's really ideal. But if you can get it to 3 people, now you're talking because you don't have all these people in your ear all the time telling you something different. Because you guys know this, and especially if you've made it this far to this episode, I'm not for everybody. My coaching style is very different than most people. I'm a little bit more aggressive. I'm a little bit more data driven. I'm a little bit more analytical. And so is there an emotional capacity? Yes, of course, but I'm not emotion first because for me, I've always looked at it very simply and gone, has somebody done the thing I want to do? Great. How do I learn it? I'm going to go and do it. And so while always there will be an emotional healing element, and we go through this deeply in not only the conferences we do, but in the programs and the books. But in coaching, I'm really like, let's get down to the thing that actually changes your life. And that's action. And so that's the thing that you have to figure out, like who fits what you are looking for? Can you create clarity about what you want? Can you mimic a group of people who at first seem to do it? and then model by getting deeper into a select few people's courses, seminars, conferences, books, and then get super narrow to master what they do by going and relearning the same content again and again and again. Like when I wrote Think Unbroken, early on in the book, it says, you need to read this book again. You need to read this book 50 times until you understand the concepts at depth. That's the same thing that I do with some books that I read, some podcasts that I consume, a lot of the education I bring into my life, because I want to have mastery over it. Because when I have mastery over it, it gives me mastery over my life, and it helps me give the tools to you to help you have mastery over your life as well. So my friends, just something to think about today. I've used these mentors in my life, these amazing humans like Tom Bilyeu, Grant Cardone, John Lee Dumas, Liz Binney, Caroline Leaf, Amy Porterfield. I mean, I could just literally name drop all day long. But the thing that I know for sure that has benefited my life the most is getting mastery with just a couple of them. And that is what's been able to propel me further and faster than I have before. So that said, my friends, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're coming to Unbroken Con. Go to unbrokencon.com to register. It's free to watch live. And of course, leave a review, because if you take that 10 seconds to leave a review for this podcast, that means that you can help someone else find it. Also, at the end of October, I am picking someone to do a free one-on-one coaching session with, which is a $500 value from the new reviews for the month of October. So if you have not left a review, go over to iTunes, look up Think Unbroken Podcast, click the 5-star, leave a review. Let us know what you truly, genuinely think. And then at random, I'm going to pick somebody on the end of the month for a coaching session. All right, my friends, have an amazing day. And until next time, be unbroken. I'll see ya.
We'll be right back to the show, my friend, but I wanted to let you know about our brand new podcast community for Think Unbroken Podcast. I know that for so many trauma survivors like myself, for the longest time, I felt alone, like nobody got it, nobody understood, and that I was just going to have to figure this out on my own. But that's not true. And the reason why we created our brand new Think Unbroken Academy podcast community is so that we can bring all the members of the Unbroken Nation together in a place where we can learn, grow, heal, change, and transform our trauma into triumph. I would love to have you come and be a part of the brand new community. Just check out thinkunbrokenacademy.com or click the link in the podcast description. And I cannot wait to see you there, my friend. Again, just head over to thinkunbrokenacademy.com. And until then, be unbroken. Thank you so much for listening to Think Unbroken. Please share this episode with someone who could use it and help us move forward in our mission of ending generational trauma in our lifetime. And if you would, please take 5 seconds to pop on iTunes or Spotify, hit that 5-star, leave a review, and you can also reach out to us on social at Michael Unbroken or at Think Unbroken. And of course, you can check out our YouTube channel at Think Unbroken. Thank you for being a part of Unbroken Nation, my friends, and until next time, be unbroken.
The future of legal THC is Mood's THCA flower. Find it today at hellomood.com, the best online dispensary that ships discreetly to your door. Great for beginner and veteran users, Mood enhances awe-inspiring experiences with a variety of high-quality products you can trust, from gummies and pre-rolls to classic flower and so much more. Try Mood's new THCA flower today, and for 20% off your first order plus a free pre-roll of THCA flower, go to hellomood.com and use promo code podcast20.
Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of live coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.